Smith County, Virginia, located in the mountains of Southwest Virginia, offering outdoor adventures and small-town charm. Details online at visitsmithcountyva.com.
Cooking can be lonely. You're up with the sun. It's just the food and your thoughts. You're thinking, planning, creating, and doing all at the same time. I make a lot of decisions when I'm cooking, but I prefer to make memories. And my favorite cooking memories are days spent with that special friend, someone who is in your heart and brightens your day. Good friends are like apples. Thousands of varieties carrying many different colored skins, crunchy layers of sweet and tart, and heart healthy. Although apples have been domesticated for close to 10,000 years, the first apple orchard in America was planted in what's now Boston by Reverend William Blackstone in 1625. Deciduous by birth, the apple tree goes dormant for winter. Flowering blossoms are produced in the spring, which fade from bloom to fruit in mid to late summer or autumn, when they're ready to harvest. Gathering apples reminds me of gathering friends. Friends are the family we choose, and we fill our friend basket one by one along our journey. Some friendships last a lifetime because we preserve them with butter and sugar. But my favorite friendships are the ones we didn't see coming. Their familiarity, humor, and authenticity catch you by surprise. Your conversations pick right back up from where you left them. The beat of the friendship is warm, and the character of its love is both savory and sweet. Apples and friendship. There is no better way to fill your day. Hi, I'm Chef Missy, and I'm the French Magnolia, a true blue Southern gal with French ancestry running through my veins. My husband Thomas is a wine expert and hospitality veteran. Throughout our careers, we've worked for some incredible restaurants and hotels, from Atlanta to New York City to Charleston, South Carolina, to the edge of a mountain at a 5-star Relayan chateau. But pretty soon, the French Magnolia, a luxury movable feast company, was born. We pour into your home and set an elaborate stage for a multi-course culinary and wine experience. We settled in Bristol, Virginia, a good place to live. And when we're not working, we love connecting with local farms and Appalachian culture. From farm, field, garden, and stream, to chef and somm, to the table, all in one day. This is the French Magnolia Cooks. An early autumn day brings us to Wytheville in Southwest Virginia. For over 80 years, the Williams family has owned and operated a 600-acre farm with corn and dairy to peaches and blackstrap molasses. But they also grow a whole lot of apples, 16 varieties to be exact. Today we're meeting up with Bobby Williams, the third generation to own and operate the Williams farm. And we're going to learn all about apples.
Morning.
Good morning. Okay, Bobby, thank you so much for letting us be here. This is just gorgeous. It's so exciting. I love apples. Tell me a little bit about the history and provenance of Williams Orchards and how you and your wife and children came to own this farm.
Well, my grandfather started everything years and years ago. My grandfather started planting apples in the 20s and progressed until he had probably 75 or 80 acres of apples. He was the person that started everything, and then my dad was real interested. After Granddaddy died, Dad took over, managed the orchard. He passed away in '99, so that year I got into the fruit business.
Bobby, how many acres do you have here?
Well, our total farm is 600 acres. We have about 12 acres of apples. We raise about 16 different varieties of apples. They mature at different times. Right now, here in August, the summer Rambos are our main apple that we have. And then we move into other varieties as they mature.
Okay, Bobby, what's your favorite apple?
The Golden Delicious is a probably one of the best all-around apples there is. This is a Gala apple. It's mainly an eating apple, and it's real crunchy, and it just has a real good sweet flavor to it. This is the Virginia Beauty, an old heirloom variety. These trees are about 25, 27 years old.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
Tell me about the Rambos.
Well, the Rambo is mainly an applesauce, apple butter type apple. When they get ripe, they really have a pretty decent kind of flavor.
Can we cut one and taste it?
Yeah, sure can.
Thank you.
And see, it'll be a little tart. But it's also getting some sugar in it.
Wow. Wow, it's the perfect combination of tart and sweet. So what's the best way to pick an apple?
Just grab a hold of it and run like a thief.
I spent the day with Bobby, learning as much as I could about growing apples. Bobby is a man of few words, but an encyclopedia of knowledge. I am so grateful for farmers.
Thank you, Bobby.
Yes, sir.
We had a good
Enjoy.
time. Learned a lot.
Yeah, great.
Yeah.
I'm glad you could come out today.
Yeah, we are too.
Glad y'all could come.
Oh, thank you so much
Okay.
for letting us tread here on your beautiful land. Okay, we are back here in the French Magnolia Culinary Center, and today we are going to make apple galettes. And we are also so blessed to have our amazing sous chef, Amanda, with us in the house. I have had so much fun with you today.
It's really been a great day.
Yeah, just a blast. I love just catching up with you again and cooking with you again. The first thing we need to do is make apple galette dough. Now, this is easier than you think it is. I know for me personally, I have always been so intimidated by making bread dough and pie crusts, but this recipe is easy. The first thing we're gonna do is my favorite. We're gonna do 12 tablespoons each of cold, 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 really good high quality butter. Look at you. She always does it perfect. Okay, now we gotta work quickly, right? So we need a cup and a half of flour each. I use King Arthur non-GMO flour. It is awesome. Unbleached. I'm sure most of you know all about King Arthur, but it really is the best. Teaspoon of salt. And what did I say?
Tablespoon of sugar.
Tablespoon of sugar. Smarty pants. Always has the answer. Now we need a 1/4 cup of very cold water. The water is what helps create the gluten. What's fun about this is that you can also use vodka. What? Vodka? So vodka it's still wet, right? And it's clear. And it gets the job done, but it doesn't create as much gluten. Just a little kitchen tip. And actually just go ahead and use my fingers, kind of mix it together a little bit. The best tool for making dough is clean hands. I like getting a little crumble going. Okay, add all the butter. Look at you, Miss Perfect over here. We have our butter, flour, salt, and right now what we're doing is we're working quickly. I take each piece of butter and just start kind of mashing the flour into the butter. If you guys haven't noticed, I love butter. When in doubt, add butter.
It makes everything better.
It does. Life is so much better with butter. So today we're gonna make 2 apple galettes, a savory apple galette and a sweet apple galette. I'm thinking a Waldorf galette with blue cheese, apples, and walnuts. For the sweet, we're gonna do a classic. Apples, ginger, maybe finish a la mode with some French vanilla ice cream. Why not pie for lunch and then pie for dessert as well?
Why not?
Let's just eat pie. Why aren't we just eating pie every day? I think it's so much fun to bake with a friend.
Oh, yeah.
It's a fall crisp September afternoon. Southwest Virginia is so beautiful.
Yes.
It makes you feel like you really need #2 sharpened pencils, like a school box. We are gonna wrap these dough balls in some saran wrap, nice and tight, all the air out. Get them in the refrigerator, minimum of 2 hours, but if you can do 4, even better. And then if you can do it overnight, even better. Okay, for our savory galette, here's what I'm thinking. A Waldorf galette, and that's gonna be with apples and blue cheese and walnuts in our homemade dough that we made this morning. I think it's gonna be beautiful. Aren't you glad we got these apples prepped out earlier today?
For sure.
Okay. The first thing we want to do is, like always, mise en place, everything in its place. Blue cheese and walnuts and apples are just flavors that deserve to go together. Let's cut these 3 ways. And they've been sitting in the refrigerator in a little lemon juice and water. That looks great. You've done this a time or two, haven't you?
Yes.
So how is Belle doing?
She's doing great.
Oh, she is so, so sweet. She's 2 now, right?
Yes.
Oh,
And learning every day.
precious angel. And I hear she's a very good eater.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
She has quite the palate.
That's awesome. That's so good. That means she'll grow up to not be neurotic.
Right.
I didn't think anybody could be faster than me in the kitchen, but this one is pretty darn fast. These apples are Granny Smith apples. They're tart and they're great for baking. I chose these because I feel like that the tart apple is the best in balance with the blue cheese and the walnut. I'm gonna do a tablespoon of cornstarch in each.
Okay.
So we're doing the zest of a whole lemon and the juice of a whole lemon. It's important when zesting to not do it too deep, right? To be constantly turning it and not get too much on the white. It gets a little bitter. The smell of lemon makes me very, very happy. I will say that. I love lemon everything. Give a little toss. We're gonna do a teaspoon of salt and a tablespoon of cracked pepper. Just stir in the salt and pepper. A 1/2 cup of chopped walnuts, and a 1/2 cup of blue cheese. And then just give it a good toss. We're gonna put some more blue cheese on top, so don't panic, because I know many of you are saying, that is just not enough cheese. Perfect. Let's stick this in the fridge and pull out our dough. I'm excited. Okay. So this dough has been in the refrigerator for about 6 hours. Get some flour going on the board. Just give it a good mash, mash, mash. This dough is gonna seem very difficult to work with at the beginning when you first pull it, but it's amazing how quickly it warms up. Give it a flip. The great thing about Galette is that this dough doesn't have to have a perfect edge around the outside. It's rustic and fun and very Frenchy and very unpretentious. Wow, yours looks really good. I'm suddenly feeling very competitive, and that is not in my nature. I'm actually not a very competitive person at all. Maybe competitive with myself.
There you go.
Yeah, but not really with other people. Mine's more a continent. Just keep working it and have fun. Mine is once again still looking like a continent, but now just a larger continent. I'm gonna put my goodie here in the middle. I'm gonna fold mine in, maybe clean up around the edges, and just stick with it. So this was 3 apples. Depending on the size of the apples, really wanna end up with about 1.5 cups of filling. I'm gonna just give myself a little perimeter like this. I'm gonna hold back this dough, we'll use it later. And I've got a little bit of a crevice happening here. So I'm just gonna mash some dough in here, right? Easy fix. So never wanna get discouraged and throw in the towel. Just keep working with it. It helps to get the sharp edge of a knife underneath to just get yourself started. Folding like an envelope, over, then over again. Beautiful. Now I like just a little kind of peekaboo. It doesn't need to look perfect. Okay, for the egg wash, 2 eggs, 2 tablespoons of heavy cream, and just whisk it together. Give it a nice shine. And then I'm gonna finish with some raw sugar sprinkles. Gorgeous. What's the final touch that we need to do to make these Waldorf galettes absolutely perfect?
More cheese.
More cheese! Bring on the cheese. 400 degrees for 40 minutes. All right, see you on the other side. Boom. I had to say it, I'm sorry. Okay, we are back here in the French Magnolia Culinary Center with the sweet apple galette. Go ahead and put 3 apples in your bowl, and they've been sitting in the refrigerator in lemon juice, and that keeps them from getting brown and keeps them fresh. So we're doing the zest of a whole lemon and the juice of a whole lemon. Give it a little toss. Okay, 1/4 cup brown sugar, 1 tablespoon of fresh ground cinnamon, 1 tablespoon of freshly ground ginger, 1 tablespoon of cornstarch, and a teaspoon, right, of salt. And then just mix it all up. I am having so much fun. Woohoo! Savory galettes, yay! Let's let them cool and then we'll have them with a glass of wine. All right, back to the sweet. We are going to build it to look kind of pretty, but still rustic and unpretentious. I'm gonna leave about 2 inches on the outside for this one. I'm gonna do small folds this time. With your basting brush, and then let's sprinkle some sugar on the dough. Awesome, beautiful. What is the one thing that would make these apple galettes absolutely perfect?
More butter.
Yes, go to the head of the class. More butter. All right, these are gonna cook, again, on 400 for 40 minutes. See you on the other side. We'll cut into mine and save yours for looking pretty. Okay. Look how beautiful this is.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous.
Okay, tell us what we've got.
These are pretty commonly found Rieslings on wine lists throughout the United States. Here's a dry and a sweet. Here's a dry and a sweet. Here's a dry and a
This is
sweet.
fun.
Yeah. So Riesling is the grape, and it's on a steep hillside. So it's a lot of runoff, a lot of slate, so you get a lot of mineral. It goes a lot of acid and a lot of character in this wine. They're very inexpensive. They're very easy to find. So I brought Riesling for this specifically. It's just a perfect pairing for blue cheese and apple.
Gosh.
I don't normally go for a sweet, and that's not really truly sweet.
It's
just
more apple. Bon appetit.
Isn't that great? You guys did such a good job with these.
And as you get into the bite, there's a lot of cracked pepper.
I get that. Blue cheese with the apples, it's delicious.
But the thing about this is that it's not sweet in the way you would think of as a sweet wine. It's more, has that apple undertone. Like it was born to go with the Waldorf Galette.
It's not about, hey, we're going drinking. It's about we're having wine with dinner because
Right.
it elevates the experience.
Wow.
I also brought a sweet one, a Sauternes.
Oh.
And this one is French. It's from Bordeaux, but I think that's going to go better with the dessert pastry.
Ooh. Our sweet galettes are done. Yay! As it cools, let me look what is going to set in there. I'm very, very pleased with this.
We did awesome.
This is Sauternes. Sauternes is a place in Bordeaux. It's from basically a fungus. And it's called noble rot. Not a great name.
Rot.
Not a great name, but except for the noble part.
Okay.
So it's a naturally occurring fungus that hits the vines on an annual basis in this area. And what it does, it causes the grapes to shrivel. Rather than using heat or cold to shrivel the grape, it just uses that, the fungus.
It's like a raisin.
It becomes raisin-like. What that does is liquid is released or used, and then the sugar is left behind, so it becomes more intense. Now, the average vine is 50 years old, so it means it's really deep into the soil. So again, we're getting that complexity.
Here's to the winemakers and the bakers.
Yes.
Also more savory than I thought.
Ginger.
Trying to find it.
What makes it so savory? Yeah.
When you have the Galette with the Sauterne, absolutely stunning. This has been the most perfect day ever. Love you.
Love you.
We did it. We did it, baby. It's a great day.
I think it was a success.
Do you remember the first time we met
It was a long time ago.
at your parents' house? Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Thanksgiving Day.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving Day. And our house had just caught on fire.
Right. I remember.
Oh my gosh. And we had gone out with your parents like one time. And your mother's was the only person whose phone number was in my phone in West Jefferson. Oh my gosh. It was like 9:30 at night. I was like, Jessica, this is Missy. Remember me? We met once. I kind of need some help, like right away.
I didn't even know they had left the house. Like, seriously, when I met you on Thanksgiving, I was like, who are these people and why are they here? Like, what's going on? And Mom was like, do you remember? And I'm like, that never happened. Like, I was asleep.
Exactly. Gosh, isn't it nice to just sit like this at the end of a long day?
Yeah. The work is done. It's time to relax.
Exactly. I love it. I think we're kind of Galette queens.
Yeah.
A good friendship is like a galette, well built, light and airy, filled with seasonal fruit, balanced, sometimes rustic, but substantial, unpretentious, and can determine your future. Friendships form lasting memories, and the DNA of those memories forge heart pathways. A good friend loves at all times, encourages and lifts our spirits. So maybe it's a friend a day keeps the doctor away. Cherish the friends you have, but with each season, make a new one. Who knows? Maybe they will be the apple of your eye.
Smith County, Virginia, located in the mountains of Southwest Virginia, offering outdoor adventures and small town charm. Details online at visitsmithcountyva.com.